FlossTube.
Hi, FlossTube.
I'm Pam.
And I'm Stephanie.
And this is Just Keep Stitching, episode 163.
13 plus 25 plus 20 plus 5 plus 50 plus 25 plus 20 plus 3 plus 2 is 163 because math.
And karate chops, apparently.
Karate. Hello, people.
Hi.
Welcome to
Thanks
Just Keep Stitching.
for stopping by for another hour or so with us.
Yes.
Because we're going to be talking about our stitching.
We are. This is a YouTube channel about cross-stitch.
And other cross-stitch related activities.
Correct.
Past and future.
Yep.
Hope you had a good week.
We had we
had a very eventful
week.
I don't know that we anticipated that it would be as eventful as it ended up being.
I most definitely did not
But it was definitely, there was a lot on the calendar.
There was a lot going on.
A lot going on.
So let's talk about it. So
right.
First and foremost,
yes,
for those of you that are new here, welcome aboard.
Absolutely. Glad to have you
with us today.
Yes.
So also for those of you that are new here, I work at our local needlework shop, which is Keepsakes here in Cincinnati. And this was a very big week for Keepsakes, and lots of needlework shops around the country. And I mentioned at the end of last week that we were hoping that the Coming to America Women of the Mayflower boxes from Brenda Gervais with Ideal and Thread, we were hoping that they were going to arrive this week. And I typically work Monday, Tuesday, Fridays, and I was at work on Monday, and about 3:30 in the afternoon, the UPS man brought the boxes. So Barbara and I pretty much dropped everything we were doing to focus on the Coming to America boxes. So I won't bore you with the details. We will do a full unboxing of our boxes that we got later in the video under haul. But I do want to let everyone know that if you pre-ordered a box through Keepsakes, or when we posted that the boxes had arrived on the Keepsakes Instagram page, we had very few extra boxes. If you called to snag one of those, any box that needed to be mailed has been mailed. And all of the supplies are in there. If you pre-order the supplies, you got those supplies. So those have been sent out. I know that there have been a few people who have already received them. We shipped them priority. So the first wave went out Wednesday, and then the second wave, which was like the people that called and got the extra boxes, that went out Thursday. So that's exciting. And we've been keeping track of everyone's, tracking information. And so, they were, like I said, they were shipped priority, but we all know what's going on with the post office right now. So just please give it time. We don't have any more information than the tracking number, and what the USPS is telling us. So, very exciting times. I'm happy to say that if you did not, I'm sorry that if you didn't pre-order and you're looking for one, Keepsakes has no more left. We are sold out within probably an hour of us posting on the Keepsakes page on Instagram that we had the boxes. The phone just started ringing, and all of them went to happy people. So, right. I'm sure that there are other shops out there who have also ordered extras who can,
be contacted.
Yep. So, so thank everyone so much for your support of Keepsakes and for trusting Keepsakes to get this done and taken care of for you. I know that we have happy customers. I know that we are happy customers to receive the box and to receive all the stuff inside the box.
It was exciting.
So, and a huge thank you to Brenda, the designer of With a Needle and Thread, for this incredible chart. So
yes,
we are very excited about it. So like I said, we'll do a full unboxing later in the video, and we will warn, excuse me, we'll warn you before we do that in case you don't want to ruin your surprise.
Oh, right. We'll give you a countdown or something to
yeah.
look away or fast forward or do something like that.
For sure.
If you would not like to see it ahead of you getting your own.
Right.
From wherever you're getting it from.
Yeah.
Under old business, are you done with that topic?
I am done with that topic, yes.
Under old business, we had a commenter after last week's video. We have sort of regular features, and sometimes when we do regular features, we tend to assume everybody knows what we're talking about, and that's totally on us. So they asked.
But we also can't explain things every video.
Every single time.
Right.
But for those of you who are not aware, we belong to the Bag of the Month Club from So Much to Love. And a commenter asked for more background on that. And so I just thought maybe we could bring everybody up to snuff.
Yeah.
On how that works, typically with Karen Torres, who runs with her husband the business So Much to Love.
Correct.
And so
so I will happily explain that if
so
you'd like.
Steph will kind of lay that out, and we'll do this periodically just to keep everybody on board.
Cool. So Much to Love is a amazing project bag maker based in Idaho. They have an Etsy shop where Karen Torres is the seamstress. Is that what you say that? Or
well,
maker?
I think she does some of her own sewing, and then I think she has some people that she pays to also
she has
make
a team.
She has a team.
Gotcha. And so she does have an Etsy shop where you can order bags at any time. I will link her Etsy shop below. Her bags are amazing.
Right.
And then she also has what she calls the Project Bag of the Month Club.
Right.
And so signups for the next year's club usually take place in early fall for the next year. When you sign up, it's my understanding that you can sign up for either once a month or every other month if you'd rather do that. And then you get your choice as to whether you want, she has different sizes of bags, and so you can choose whether you want her large bag, her standard bag, or like the sidekick bag, which is kind of a notions pouch. And so there's different options. And then every month a package arrives at your door, and it is not only the exclusive bag of the month, and so that bag is exclusive to the club. It's not sold widely to all of her customers.
Unless she has extras.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes she has a few extra, but when they're gone kind of thing.
Right.
And so it's an exclusive package just for you or for members of the club. And then there's always an incredible little bag of goodies included inside. So sometimes it's exclusive charts just for club members. Sometimes there's notions. There's always a sweet note and a bag of stash tea. And like sometimes there's just other little goodies inside. Right. And so each month everything ties together with the theme that Karen has chosen. And it's an amazing little package. So we are coming up to the end of summer, which means early fall will come shortly. And so we will let everyone know when signups for the Bag of the Month Club for 2021 will happen.
Great. All right.
So
that's a little background on one of our favorite vendors in the cross-stitch community.
We've been members of the Bag of the Month Club for all of 2020 and all of 2019 as well.
Right.
And then a little bit at the end of 2018.
Right. Okay, so we've sidetracked a little bit on that, but why don't you talk about Friday at the shop?
Okay. So Friday at the shop, my best friend came to town with her husband. So Kia and Nathan, they decided to take a day trip to Cincinnati to come to Keepsakes. Kia had pre-ordered the coming to America, and so she wanted to pick that up in person. And she had a couple other things that she had ordered that had come in, and, you know, they just decided, why don't we just, you know, leave the kids with a sitter and come hang out at Keepsakes for the day. It was awesome. I mean, it had been, I did the math, it had been 47 days since I'd seen her, because I saw her on the 5th of July. That was, I mean, I saw her over her birthday, which was over the 4th of July weekend. And so it had been since then since I'd seen them in person. And then we were not super busy on Friday, and so Barbara suggested, why don't you guys go down to Already Cafe, which is an adorable little family-owned restaurant here. It's in Sharonville. It's right by the shop. And go to lunch. And Kia and Nathan had never been there, and so we went there and had a great lunch, and that was so awesome. And so I got to hang out with them. And we did a few other special things throughout their trip there that will be sprinkled throughout this video. But it was just really great to see her. I mean, who doesn't love seeing your best friend in real life? So,
keep going.
Pam, steal my pen. So yes, it was really great. I mean, I knew that they were coming, but I wanted them to, they just put out a new video with their haul from Keepsakes. And so last week when I was showing my son in Friendship, and I was like, maybe we'll finish them on a Zoom call. I knew then that I was going to see them, but I was like, I wanted it to be their announcement. So anyway, and so that was just a really special time and really cool to be able to hang out with them for most of the day.
Yeah.
So I was expecting us to be totally slammed busy on Friday and me be like, hi, bye. But it was nice. So
yeah.
Yes. So
I miss seeing them, but I had a little treat on Friday with a little bit of a purpose behind it. In anticipation of going up to the craft gallery on Saturday, I went down to Florence, Kentucky, which is about an hour away from here. And my friend Vicky, whom I've known for years, and we've stitched together for years, she also does some craft shows, and she had a couple of collapsible tables that she was willing to lend me for Saturday, a couple of umbrellas, and so it gave us an excuse to get together. Drove down to Florence, had a lunch with her, and packed up the tables and umbrellas for Saturday. So
what was on Saturday, Pam?
So on Saturday, as I mentioned last week, the Craft Gallery, which is a wonderful cross-stitch shop in Findlay, Ohio, which is 2 hours north of here, every year has what they call a garage sale. And you give them a little fee to
take up space?
To take up space in their parking lot or in their side yard sometimes. This year it was in the parking lot. And you can put some of your no longer interested in cross-stitch stuff, and we all have that, out for sale for people to come by and maybe pick out. And this stuff, at least from my standpoint, and I know my booth mates to the left, who were friends of ours from Toledo, felt the same way. The idea was not to make a big amount of money. The idea was to find homes for some of this stuff, right?
Because it was just sitting in our house.
We had collected, we ran down to a lady down near the shop who contacted us through the Nextdoor app and said, I've got some old magazines if you want to come by and get them, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you know.
And so...
no, like, out-of-print charts or nothing like that. But
no, so...
just some old stuff.
Fortunately, Steph packed up my car for me, Daughter of the Year, and I gassed up the car on my way down to Vicky's so that I could set my alarm for 6 a.m. Saturday morning, and
far too early.
Pulled out of the garage at 7 and headed to Findlay. And
I didn't go because I had to work.
Yeah.
It was my Saturday.
Yeah, she would have accompanied me, but that was her Saturday. So off I go, and the group from Toledo included my good friend Marianne, and she and I worked for the federal courts together for a good many years, but we had not seen each other for about 4 years.
What?
Believe it or not. Yeah.
I didn't realize it had been that long.
It was the last time I saw Marianne was when she came down and went to Tierra with me.
Oh,
And
wow.
that was before
That was
you
the year
started.
before I started stitching.
Yeah, it was something like 2016 we figured
Oh my
out.
gosh, that's wild. I had
Isn't
no
that
idea.
wild?
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I
And-
guess it makes sense because I haven't seen her in
Yeah,
very
a long time.
Yep.
And
That's crazy.
so we kind of threw the rule out for about 5 minutes, and we really needed to hug each other.
Oh, okay.
Because she's known me so long, she knew my ex-husband, so that's a long time. And knew the kids when they were little.
Yeah.
So we were side by side. We had our table set up. I had my umbrella. They had a good tarp situation going on, and it's a darn good thing because it was
Yes.
a hot day
It was.
in Findlay, Ohio.
I know. She texted me. Mo's over here.
I know.
She texted me middle of the day, and she was like,
It's so
"It
hot."
is so hot."
Right.
And I'm like, well, yeah,
I don't do
it's-
well in the heat. But Paula and Carlton, who are the owners of the craft gallery, were wonderful with providing
Yeah.
cold drinks and water bottles, and provided us lunch,
yeah.
which was part of the fee, what the fee paid for.
Yeah.
And it was from 10 to 4 on Saturday, and they had a real good response. There were about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 folks who, with their friends or by themselves, set up tables, put cartons of stuff out for people to take.
Cool.
And like I said, I mean, I was selling things for dirt cheap. you
Yeah,
know.
right.
And it got to the point toward the middle of the afternoon that we were like, take the box for $10. It
Oh,
was
really?
just-
Oh, that's
yeah.
funny.
Yeah. So
I haven't seen what Pam brought home.
everything is still in the car.
Yeah.
I got home about 6 last night, and I was exhausted, primarily from the heat, because
Yeah.
I don't do well in the heat. But
Which- yeah.
what's left is going to Goodwill.
Yeah.
So
Not coming back in this house.
right, no, it's not coming back in this house.
No,
it's
ma'am.
It's in the garage, and that's as close as it's getting.
Yeah.
But it was a fun day and a really good idea for them to do.
That's cool.
And I saw a lot of friends, and I saw a lot of people who watch Just Keep Stitchin',
Yes.
who drove over to say hi and do a little shopping,
Yeah, which is so
and
cool.
give Craft Gallery some business, pick up framing. They
Love it.
were doing a very good business yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was lovely to see Paul and Colton again. So
Awesome.
so that's what I mean by it's been
been a
kind of a
week.
week.
Yeah, it has.
Which is unusual during this period of time.
It is.
So
for sure.
that means it's kind of time to do hashtags. Isn't
Let's
it?
do the hashtags, Pam.
All right. So we wanted to
The first hashtag,
shout out.
we're going to do Stitch Harmony first, aren't we?
Yeah, we wanted to
Okay.
shout out someone who is participating in Stitch Harmony. And do you want me to read it, or do you have an intro? Or
So, why don't we ever have this down right?
I know. Or
Okay.
is it just me that keeps forgetting?
I mean, no, I'm
Don't answer that.
Don't answer that. Okay, so Stitch Harmony is our meager attempt at
Boy,
connecting stitchers together.
words.
Words are difficult. I've talked a lot this week. That's probably why.
Yeah.
So we ask that if you are someone who is out there who does not have a stitching friend, maybe you don't have a needlework shop, you're not part of any sort of guild or anything like that, and you stitch primarily by yourself because you don't have anyone around you that stitches, and you would like some help with finding a stitching friend or a group to join or something like that, we would love to help you.
Yeah.
And so you just comment on our video and say, and use the hashtag Stitch Harmony, and please tell us your name and where you live.
Right.
And every week we pick someone to be the Stitch Harmony featured commenter of the week.
Right, and that's what we've got right now.
That's what we got now.
So, and this
do
is a
it.
situation where the shop having closed up a long time ago. And this is what she writes. Her name is Jackie Tremblay.
Hello, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie. And she said, hi, ladies. It's my first time watching you. So there's a plus right there. And I'm now one of your 10K subscribers. Congrats.
Thanks so much.
Unfortunately, my L&S closed 20 years ago.
Dang.
I'd love to meet other stitchers who live near Fort Edward, New York. And she says that's about an hour north of Albany, New York. And she used the hashtag correctly, and she said, I really enjoy watching you both. So,
all right, so this is how this works. So, if your ears perked up when we mentioned Fort Edward, New York. Is it Edward? Yeah. I don't know if it's Edward or Edwards.
Yep.
Edward, New York. And your ears perked up because you live in, around, nearby, within driving distance of Fort Edward, New York. And you have room in your Stitchy group. Or maybe you want to be friends, Stitchy friends with Jackie.
Right.
Then please comment on this video and say, hi, Jackie. My name is, insert your name here. And I live in, around, nearby, within driving distance of Fort Edward, New York. And what, did you say that it was like
it's
an hour?
About an hour north of Albany.
There you go. So maybe if you live in Albany, you guys can like meet halfway.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And then it is up to Jackie to go back through and read through the comments and to see if anyone has, you know, said, hey, I live near with a driving distance. You know the deal.
So everybody chime in, and then Jackie, you go back and
check.
Right?
And then you guys start communicating and swap contact information and go from there.
Right.
So, we're excited because
good luck,
I know
Jackie
there's a lot.
And friends.
Yes, I know.
In the greater Albany area.
There's Fort Edward Stitchers Unite.
That's right.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. And then the other one we do is Pam's pinned comment. This comment popped right up in my site this morning because this lovely young lady was one of the people that drove over to Findlay, and we had a nice chat both on her way into the shop and on her way out.
Oh, nice.
And
she wasn't there to sell. She was just there to
she
shop.
had thought about it and I guess decided not to.
Gotcha.
But she came over anyway. Okay. And her name is Merritt. And so I have pinned your comment, Merritt,
Read it.
To the top of last year's comments. Last week's comments, and she wrote, enjoyed your video. I was sorting through my cross-stitch things to see if there was anything I might be able to sell at the craft gallery when Pam started sharing about this weekend. And planning on going, it will be my first trip there. So it was her first trip to craft gallery. Apparently she reconsidered and didn't set up anything, but
if it's your first trip to craft gallery,
you need to go in and shop at craft gallery, girl.
I mean, let's be clear.
So
smart choice, Merritt.
Merritt's been commenting on our videos for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I said to her,
that's lovely.
I've always wondered whether you were male or female with the first name of Merritt. But
really?
She explained it came down through her family and so forth.
Yeah, that's a cool name. I like that.
So, hi Merritt again.
Hello.
Wonderful to see you on Saturday.
Next time maybe I'll go meet you.
Yeah, and thanks for everybody who commented on last week's video.
Yes.
We always enjoy the comments.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's talk about stitching, shall we?
We shall.
All right.
All right. So, my whip to show you this week is that I have finally started my August ornament.
You've got plenty of time. You're almost done.
I am almost done.
Yeah.
So, this was in... Wait for this. So, I found this ornament...
Design, the chart.
Yeah, the design for it. In a... I should have brought it over here. I'll bring it over next week when it's done. But what year did you go to Seattle?
Seattle?
Or Washington area in Oregon?
In the 1990s.
Right. Because that's when you picked up the newsletter from Acorns and Threads.
Oh, my heavens.
That was on the counter when you first visited Acorns and Threads when we went out
1994, I think.
Okay. So, it was a Acorns and Threads newsletter, and it's really cool. So, next week I'll talk more about it since this video is pretty packed, so I'll share more about it next weekend. But, it was in Pam's like freebie files, and I love this chart, and I was like, this is cool. Then I realized it was an Acorns and Threads newsletter from 1994, from when Pam was physically in the shop, and in 94 I was 6, so I did not go in the shop with her, or if I did, I don't remember it.
Right.
Anyway, I put that chart in my rotation for ornaments for this year.
Right.
And this is, the reason it was included is because there was a trunk show of birds of a feather designs at Acorns and Threads.
In 1994.
In 1994.
Wow.
Which you probably saw.
Probably, but it didn't, you know.
I would die.
Would have died.
For a birds of feather trunk show.
I wasn't that knowledgeable about designs back then.
True.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't any like social media or nothing back then, so you couldn't get pumped up, you know, you couldn't do that. Anyway, so the design is called Halloween Costume. I do not have a full color photo of it because it was in a black and white newsletter.
Handout, right.
And
wow.
I don't know where else to get it now.
No.
So maybe I don't know if they have an archive of their newsletters. Maybe reach
somebody's
out.
Seen it in a magazine and we just don't realize it.
I'll put Acorns and Threads. I'll put their contact information.
Well, that's really digging back because I don't think it's the same owner.
Oh.
Anymore.
Okay.
They wouldn't know.
Okay.
I'm throwing that out there as a possibility.
Yeah. So maybe if you deep dive on the internet somewhere, you could find it. But
Halloween costume.
Halloween costume is what it's called.
All right. When you hold it up, maybe people will recognize it too.
So this is about more than halfway done.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, it's done in all the called for colors, which I wonder the difference between these dye lots and the dye lots from 94. It's all Weeks Dye Works colors. I did change. The white was supposed to be like B5200, and I just, when I was pulling out the other colors, I just pulled out Roasted Marshmallow from General Arts, or Class Colorworks, I think, and used that. And then also the black for the cat was supposed to be 310, and I didn't want it that sharply black. I wanted it more of an overdyed black, so I'm using Onyx from Gentle Arts. And the fabric that I'm using is a 32 count Bestitch Me linen that Pam won on a Friday night fight night. So I unfortunately don't have like a name for it, but it's a pretty sweet piece of fabric.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, I have the other half of the pumpkin left and his other leg, but one of my favorite details, I think, is like the little hairs coming off the side.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
It is weird going from stitching on 40 count for so long to this, but if I put this on 40 count, it'd be the size of a quarter.
Yeah.
So it needs to be
it's
on 40
tiny
count.
in and of itself.
It is. So
it's good ornament size.
It's, you know, it really is.
Yeah.
So that has been
good.
What I'm working on. So it's Halloween costume by Birds of a Feather.
All right.
What'd you work on, Pam?
I have been in the land of the rural post office.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
For those of you who might not know, this is a Bucilla kit, and it's a Saturday Evening Post cover from the magazine of long ago, and it is called Rural Post Office at Christmas.
It is.
It is one of two WIPGO choices from my WIPGO card. And I've already done my ornament for this month, and I finished my other one.
Whatever,
of the
Pam.
two.
Whatever, Pam.
No, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying. So I'm finishing off the month.
Yeah. Because you want to get the
with
whole
the
truck
other.
done on this, though, didn't you?
And I can tell you right now. It's not
Was that a lofty goal? Was that?
That was a lofty goal. Well, it wasn't a goal for the month. It's a goal for the year. So
Oh,
if I get back to it.
That's valid.
So here I am, and I have been steadily. Look at that. It photographs so cool.
It's not being, a photograph of it's not being taken.
I mean, it's videoing on camera. It looks so cool.
Does
so
look
we've
really
had
cool.
a running debate, and I think we've settled on the conclusion.
Okay.
Because I worked diligently on getting the wheel done.
Yeah. Which is so neat.
Which is so cool.
It was really cool to see.
And then I went up to, because I'm sticking with just the truck, primarily. Nothing around it, the rest of the design.
Correct.
And so I started putting in these tan and brown stitches here. So the question became, what the heck is that? And
so I tried to pull up the original artwork.
Right.
For the Saturday Evening Post.
Right.
And that really wasn't much help at all.
No. So one of our guesses was that it was wood, that they had mounted some wood on the front of this truck.
I don't believe it.
That didn't make any sense.
No.
Then another idea we had was that it was the mailman's jacket that he
a heavier winter coat
that he
had
threw
on.
off as he headed into the building.
Because, excuse me, as you notice, he's wearing just like a jean jacket situation here.
And it's clearly in the middle of winter.
Did he throw off his heavy coat and leave it on the motor to keep it warm while he went inside?
Right.
That was my idea.
The other idea, which is the kookiest idea of all, which really is just a joke, is that it's roadkill. But, of course, it's not.
It's definitely not roadkill.
But what I think I've concluded, as of this morning, is that it is a blanket or a piece of some kind of leather or fabric or
just
wool.
What's the purpose?
To keep the engine warm, which you would do if
that
you
was
lived.
a thing that was done?
Yeah. Yeah. And you could buy electronic gadgets now to keep your engine warm.
Doesn't your engine automatically stay warm if it's running?
Well, you don't know how long he's been parked there.
I do not know. No, I did not get a timeline from the postman.
You don't know how long he plans to be in the building.
I do. I don't know, Pam.
So,
whatever.
But that is what we've concluded, that he's just put this over the engine of this older truck from the 30s.
Yeah.
To keep the engine warm. And
whatever it is, it looks really pretty.
Whatever it is, that's, it's not like a cow catcher or anything like that. It's certainly not roadkill.
A cow catcher, that's
anyway. So that's all I stitched on all week.
Yes.
And I will probably continue for the rest of the month.
Oh, boy.
Just so you know.
So you're going to be seeing it a lot.
Let's see. This is what, the 22nd?
Today's date is the 23rd, ma'am.
The 23rd.
Yeah.
And on the 27th, which is going to come up.
You mean the 25th?
No. Listen up. On the 27th, typically Jessie Marie calls two more numbers for the next month.
Correct.
On the WIPGO call. So we'll see what happens with that. But Stephanie was alluding to the fact that on the 25th, which is Tuesday, I will be starting the March cottage from... I'll be home from Twin Peak.
Yep.
I'll be starting the March cottage.
Yes, you will.
And I'm going to tell you what, we have just blown up that Facebook group, people.
Blown up.
I do occasionally do get some requests to join, and they have not answered the question.
So just answer the dang questions.
So make sure you do see the questions and answer them. Otherwise, I'm gonna delete your request to join.
Yes.
It's as simple as that.
Yes.
I can't take any chances.
Okay, so I wanted to show, this was a special request from Liz Matthews.
What?
She wanted to see the back of Pam's cross stitch.
Oh.
So that's...
I don't,
that's the back.
what do they call that? When you trail your threads?
I don't know.
Hold on. Yeah, when people do the Hades.
Yeah.
Park.
Yeah.
I don't park.
No.
So there's a lot of ends.
Yeah.
And as you can see, there's a lot of color changes.
So that was your, what was that called?
Rural post office at Christmas. All right.
Sweet.
So,
all right.
The next thing requires a bell.
It does. So, as I mentioned in the introduction, my best friend Kia came to town. I don't know why I have to scream like that every time.
I don't either.
But I like it, so it's fine.
Apparently.
Okay. So, and her and I are probably the most sentimental people that you'll ever meet. And so, we knew that we wanted to be together, whether it be virtually or physically, to put the final stitches in our most recent stitch-along, which is Sewn in Friendship by both Plum Street Samplers and Heartstring Samplery. And luckily, we both were done up to the initials and on Friday, by Friday. So I powered through, got all the roses done, and then on Friday, we were able to put in the final stitches together. So I will show you the finish of this half. And then there's not an alphabet that's included, so we just kind of took the initials that were already charted, like the one letter, and just kind of used that many spaces to make the initials. So as you can see that this has a K on it, because this is going to go to Kia. Get it? So, so that way she knows that this was the first one. And then what we did was we switched charts. So now I am going to start the Plum Street Sampler half, because this is the Heartstring Samplery half. And then when I stitch that half, I'm going to put an S in it, so that when she gets her set from me, that's on from me, then it will have a K and an S. Because her favorite color is blue and mine is red. So the blue bird gets K and the red bird gets S.
Right.
Cool. Awesome. Right. Now, I want to tell you a quick story. So, I took mine out of my bag, and we're like, oh, it's pretty. And then Kia took hers out of her bag, and we're like, oh, it's pretty. And then we folded this up like this on the side, and then we took Kia's and we folded hers up.
And they didn't line up.
And they did not line up. And I was like, what the insert four-letter word here? And that is when I realized that so we both knew that we wanted to stitch these on 40 count Confederate gray from Weeks Dye Works. She had a piece of it in her stash that she got at market. I had a piece in my stash that I got from a friend. That was marked 40 count Weeks Dye Works. So long story short, this is not 40 count. This is 36 count. So all is not lost. It's fine. It's as long as the pairs that we each have go together.
Right.
Then that's cool.
So the opposite side of that will be stitched by Kia in 30.
No, the opposite side of this will be stitched by me on 36 count.
Oh.
Because this set will go to Kia.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying?
Okay.
But the other half that Kia's stitching for me will be on 40 count.
Okay.
Because her full set's going to me.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So, I think I've said in the last, anytime I've talked about this, I'm like, Weeks Dye Works is great because it's got a loose weave for its 40 count. Yes, that's still true, but it's not as true as I thought it was, because what I thought was 40 count is actually 36 count.
Yeah.
So
whoever you got that from had marked it wrong.
Or Weeks had marked it wrong. And then, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not trying to point a finger. It is what it is.
No.
But it does make me feel a little bit better about like the coverage on this and just what my thoughts about it. So
right.
Kia doesn't mind. At least she told me she doesn't mind. I hope you really don't mind. That would be really cool. I hope you're not mad. But it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super, super happy with it.
Right.
The roses were, I know that last week it was really close to being done, but this is a really fun stitch, and I'm very excited to do the other side.
Good.
So I will be starting that ASAP.
So
yes,
but they are sewn together at the end.
No, they're not sewn together. They're two separate pillows.
Oh,
I mean, you could see they're two separate pillows.
Oh, okay. So you just display them together.
I think typically what people have done is that, like, they'd be done right now. So, like, Kia and I would be done is what most people are doing. Is like, only, you have two friends and they each stitch one half.
Oh, I see.
But we want to do
Okay.
the full set.
I see.
Because we're
Okay.
extra.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
I got it.
So this is the next half.
Right.
Which is the Plum Street side. And that's what I'm going to stitch next for Kia.
Okay.
So, we did have the opportunity to, like I said, put our final stitches in together. And so Nathan was so kind, and he took a video of us putting in our final stitches. Before I entered the video, do not come at us for not wearing masks. There was no other customers in the shop. You can see Barbara walking behind at one point. So she was more than 6 feet away from us. And Kia and I have been together without masks on before. So we are comfortable with each other not wearing masks. So I didn't want anyone to be like upset that we're not wearing masks. We made sure that it was at a time when there were no customers inside the shop. Right. And then as soon as we were done, we put our mask back on.
Right.
So, we just didn't want it to be, not tainted, but like, I don't know, you know?
Yeah. You wanted to make a memory. And
right.
You didn't want to associate that memory with COVID.
Correct.
Okay.
So, so the video is like maybe 30 seconds long. So we will insert the video of Kia and I finishing our Sewn in Friendship here.
No, wait, no, I wouldn't have been able to make stitches. I just was there looking like a dingle. Okay. Done. This is our second one?
Yes, it is. Do you know those, have you ever seen those old ladies that are best friends and they fight with each other and call each other dumb and
So
like, why
us?
would you even do that?
So us? I can't wait.
Hey, I'll let me sniff.
See, you came the least prepared.
No, I think they are buried in my
Here,
bag.
just take my scissors. I mean, don't take them, they're my favorite.
You can stop recording now.
People are going to be like, really?
Okay, so, and then, as you saw after the video, that there was a selfie that we took of our Sewn in Friendships, and, so, we have, obviously, plans to do the other half of this, and then I have added another project to my October start list, to have another friendship sale with Kia, because we have to always have one.
Yeah, you do.
We do. All right, so... Happy finishes, everyone. Fantastic.
Yep.
All right, so, let me just picture. Okay. Okay, so this is a good time to segue into while Kia was at Keepsakes.
Right.
One of the things that she picked up was our very first friendship stitch along that we did together. And this one was kind of like different than Sewn in Friendship in that we both stitched the same chart, but we're keeping our own, if that makes sense.
Right.
So we had finished those. Kia had picked out fabric from her amazing fabric stash, and she had sent her chart or her stitch with the fabric and pom-poms to Keepsakes. We gave them to Jan, our fantastic finisher. We said, Jan, we want them to look exactly the same. And they were ready when Kia came on Friday. And so, yeah, they're pretty amazing. So, if you saw, I posted on Instagram, I posted a picture of Kia and I holding these pillows. And I just have to say that, like, if you are in need of a finisher, call Keepsakes. A shameless plug. Yeah. Because Jan's work is actually like the most impeccable.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show it to you. Here's the back. Mm-hmm. So can you tell that it's quilted? Yeah.
A little bit.
And so then Kia had this beautiful fabric. So hers is finished exactly the same. And then she also had the pom-poms. So hers is that as well. And then there it is. So this is called Friendship Garden, and it is by Heart and Hand. And says, a friend overlooks your broken fence and admires the flowers in your garden. And the only difference between Kia and mine, well, there's a few differences. This is stitched on 32 count sampler gold by Color and Cotton. My white is not the called for white. It is Picket Fence by Gentle Art. I put the button here. Kia's does not have a button. There were some seed beads that were meant to go like in here. Neither one of us put that on there. And both the bunny and the bird were supposed to have eyes. We did not like that look. We wanted them to just be like this. And so we left it like that. So, and like I love the little framing of it with the little fabric. It's like, it's just so good. Mm-hmm. And it is nice and chunky. Yep. So I love this. I can't wait to put it up next to our picture. It's going to be so great.
Yeah. It's great. It is great.
All right, Pam, what did you get back from the framer?
Well, I had a couple of other purposes in going to Craft Gallery yesterday.
Yes.
When Steph and our friend Colleen from Rebel Stitcher were planning a trip to Craft Gallery a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks ago. I said, let me give you something to frame. Let me
right, if you're going to go up there, you might as well go up there.
Take something, and you can video chat with me and show me what she might have for moldings.
Options,
right?
if you will.
And that is what the girls did, and everybody, the hive mind, everybody contributed their thoughts.
Sure did.
And we zeroed in on the molding that I particularly liked. Mm-hmm. And so Paula messaged me and said it was done, and I said, well, I'm coming up for the garage sale. I'll get it then. So here is Lincoln from Carriage House Samplings. Mm-hmm. I cannot tell you when I stitched it. It was in the under the bed box.
For a while.
I cannot tell you. But of course, with my historical bent and my love of anything having to do with that part of American history.
Yes.
I knew that I wanted this.
It's so good.
Stitched and framed. Now, I'll hold it out here so you can see the total size of it.
It's so good.
And then I will zero in on the molding. But that's how big it is. It's good size. It's good size.
Oh, yeah.
And there's his face, which I love.
That's awesome.
And the molding ended up being quite a bit more smooth and finished looking and darker than the than the piece of molding that Paula had in the shop.
Oh, you were obviously okay with that.
Yeah,
okay.
We liked it better. All of us who saw it liked it better. Paula liked it better.
Interesting.
I liked it better. And then the other added, I love this beaded look on frames. It's historical looking to me. But I don't know if you can tell, but there is a red tinge to this beading.
Didn't you have something else framed with that same frame? I think it's the Halloween one, that Prairie Moon Halloween one, the Bloody Marys After Midnight.
Oh, Bite Night?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I was telling Kia and Liz last night when I was showing them this, is that I feel like, so there's no red in this chart, obviously, but there's this brown that's like under the first line here. Yeah. And I feel like the beads pull that red brown.
And the same color in his face, and the shadows in his face. Right.
But then on the Prairie Moon one, it pulls red. So they kind of morphed.
Right. So it's just absolutely beautiful. I'm thrilled with it.
It's fantastic.
We'll probably hang this with some other history-related things that I've stitched around the house.
Have a history wall.
We also might display it in February for Lincoln's birthday.
Oh my gosh, that's a great idea.
Oh, I know. I get them every once in a while.
With our Valentine's Day stuff.
Yeah, that'd be kind of silly.
It would be, but
we can work toward that goal.
Okay, great.
But wait. There he is. There's Lincoln. And
as far as I know, this chart is still in circulation.
I think it is.
Yep, it is.
Carrot
Lincoln by
House, of
Carrot House.
course,
Yep,
is,
it's awesome.
yep. So,
Beautiful, beautiful, Pam.
back from the framer.
Yes.
Thank you publicly, Paula. She said to me yesterday, she says, if you talk about me, I'll watch you. She's so funny.
I love
so
that.
anyway, yeah, there you go.
There you go.
All right, so it's time to talk about our friends in the Netherlands.
Let's talk about it. All right, so first and foremost, we are talking, this is the only thing we're talking about, is the Twin Peak Primitives.
Right, pattern of the week.
Pattern of the week. All right, and so what this is, how this works.
Right.
We have been working with the designers at Twin Peak Primitives now for over 2 years, I think. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. And so every week we look through their catalog of charts and we pick one that we love that we think that you will love too. We tell the girls which one we've picked. They say okay, and they make it 20% off for all of our amazing
Sometimes
viewers.
they say woohoo.
Yeah, it's not just okay every time, but that's my spiel, so it's just whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes they go yeah or whatever. They get really excited.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the chart that we've chosen for this week is called what, Pam?
It's called Legend of Fall.
Cool.
And because everybody is starting to think about fall stitching and Christmas stitching too.
Yes.
That's why we did the 2020 Twin Peaks Santa last week.
Right.
And lots of people went right over and bought that. So that was fantastic. But this is Legend of Fall.
Yeah.
And
It's a brand new chart from them.
brand new. Brand new. They are popping them out.
They sure are.
So we're going to insert a picture of Legend of Fall here. Isn't that pretty?
We liked it.
Yep. We thought that was a good entree into the next season.
Entree.
And so we hope that you think so too. And run on over to Twin Peak, either the Etsy shop for...
Oh, you're going to do it this week? Okay.
Hey, take it away, Steph.
Like, this is my spiel.
Go for it.
Okay. So, if you would like to get... I mean, that's fine. It's just we just don't... When we don't talk about it, and you just start doing it...
I don't know.
And
Sorry.
then you're like, did I say everything I was supposed to say?
I'm leaving now.
No, Pam. No, go. Okay, I cannot do this by myself. Okay.
Nor can I.
I mean, I could, but it would not be as entertaining. Anyway.
Yeah, back to Twin Peaks.
If you would like to get your hands on the copy of this week's Pattern of the Week, which is Legend of Fall, you can do so by getting a PDF copy either through the Twin Peak Primitives Etsy shop or website, both linked below. Or if you'd rather have a hard copy of the chart, you can get your copy at Threads Entwined, which is an amazing online needlework shop based in every week I want to say upstate California.
They don't say upstate. They say upstate New York.
I know they
say
do.
Northern California.
That's why I have to stop myself every time.
Poor California, it's burning up.
Be safe. Anyway, so all those places are linked below, so you can go snag that chart. Just mention that you heard about it through us to get the 20% discount.
There you go.
All right.
All right. That means it's time for
Mail call.
I gotta stay with the script, you know.
You have to.
Otherwise, she's gonna boot me out.
Yep.
All right. When I was up at Craft Gallery, a lovely lady whose name I cannot recall because there were many people who came up to say hi. She came up in the early part of the day before the heat of the day built up. But with sincere apologies to your first name, she asked me if Stephanie had this, and I said no. Mm-hmm. And she said, I want Stephanie to have this. So, with apologies for forgetting your name, you know who you are.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
Take it from here.
So, it was this box. And it says Boyd's Bears and Friends, the Bearstone Collection. I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. And then on the top it says all of our creations have our paw print somewhere on the piece. Always look for it as our symbol of authenticity.
Had you ever heard of Boyd's Bears before?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, I had. And so I opened it. Mm-hmm.
I didn't open it up there, so it was new to me too.
Oh, there's really cool quotes on it. So it says,
yeah?
Mom, ... how far can you dream? And then it says, I expect to pass through life but once. If therefore there be any kindness I can show, or any good thing I can do to any fellow being, let me do it now, and not defer or neglect it, as I shall not pass this way again. And then, we are about as happy as we make up our minds to be. Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, I knew that was, yeah.
Oh. Well, there's a little certificate of authenticity that just flew across the room because I yanked this out of the bag. And in this tissue, not sorry about the crinkle.
She has opened it before.
Look at that. Oh, and it says, Boyd's goes to Oz. And then on the back, which I thought was really cool, on the back, it says, won't the wizard be surprised? How cool is that?
It's adorable.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it so I love the yellow brick road. I love it's just great.
Yeah.
And it says March number 6148, limited edition, January 1, 2000 to December 31st, 2000. So I don't know how many were
10 years old.
It's 20 years old,
20,
actually.
20 years old. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. This year is 2020. Mm-hmm. I don't know what number this is. It doesn't say it in that authenticity certificate or anything, but and then I found the paw print, which is right there on Tin Man's right there.
Cute.
Which is so freaking cute.
Cute.
So I love this. Thank you to the woman that Pam cannot remember your name. That's fine. You'll be the Boyd's Bears lady.
Yeah, the Boyd's Bears lady.
So I plan on I have quite a Wizard of Oz cubby.
Right.
And so with like little collectibles and things that wonderful people have given me.
Right, right.
And so
that was lovely.
That will go in there.
That was lovely.
All right. So next, I got this lovely card from Roxy. And Roxy lives in Syracuse, Nebraska. And that's awesome. Mm-hmm. And she wrote me a very sweet note. She said that her LNS is Reflections, which is owned by one of my most favorite humans, Julie McConnell. And hi, Julie. And she watched our video last week and heard me talk about wanting needles for higher count fabrics. And so inside was not only the sweet note, but a package of John James size 10 ballpoint bead embroidery needles.
There were a lot of people who commented about the ballpoint needles in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what these look like. She also included one of her favorite threaders. So that doesn't come with the package of needles, but so she sent me these, which I'm excited to use. She did say that they are very sharp, which I expected them to be. So that's cool. So and on this note, thank you all so very much for all of your incredible suggestions. I'm going to try a ton of them and see what works
for you.
Yes. Right. Okay, and then I also received, I got this yesterday. This came from Gina, and Gina sent me this very sweet card. Blessed to be an American. And inside, in a cute little plastic baggie, was this lobster claw keychain. These things are always hard to show. And there's ruby slippers. And there's a lion. And a tin man. And a scarecrow. Isn't that the key? So when you use the lobster claw, the red shoes dangle in the middle.
Oh, cute.
And then the three characters are... Isn't that cute?
Very cute. Yeah.
Love this. So thank you so much, Gina.
Nice
I appreciate
Gina
that.
To send you that.
I appreciate that so much. Okay. next piece of mail call came from Terry. Her T looks like an S to me, and I'm like, don't mess it up. It's Terry.
Right.
And so Terry sent us a package that was full of charts, and she said that if we wanted to keep some, we'll keep some. If you want to give them away, then give them away.
Right.
And so it was quite the pile.
Yeah.
And
nice
so
selection.
yes, and so she sent this really super cute card. Look at that bunny. It's adorable. And then just so we're not sitting here going through a ton of charts, we picked our favorite out of the bunch, which is this Blackbird chart called Summer's Last Rose.
Yep.
Which I do not have.
There you go.
And the rest of the charts will be in giveaways, but I love this. Kia, look at that house. And then I love this on the back. That's really pretty too. So this book, as far as I know, is still available, but again, I'm not sure. So, thank you so much, Terry. Much appreciated.
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm sure that you all, if you watched last week's episode, you enjoyed, I hope, the Blackbird haul that I got from my now sweet friend, Mary Darling. And so when we did the Zoom call where we negotiated prices and all that kind of stuff, she said that, after we were done taking care of business, she said, so there's something else I wanted to send you. And I was like, tell me more. I like gifts. So, she, in a previous life, used to be a cat lady. And she's moved and doesn't have cats anymore. But when she was at the height of her cat lady days, she stitched a lot of cat things. That just now, at this particular juncture in her life, they're not relevant. They're not relevant. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And so she wanted to send them to me. And I was like, send what to me?
She's not going to put cats in the mail.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we know what happens to baby chicks.
What happens to baby chicks?
We haven't been following the news. Okay.
Just tell me about it later.
Okay.
Don't tell everybody in case it doesn't sound like it's going to end well.
I don't want to be Debbie Downer.
Yeah, please do not. And she said, I want to send you these framed pieces.
Framed pieces.
I'm like, so what? So she said, but there's a disclaimer. On 2 of them, the whiskers are a little bit messed up, so you might have to fix them. And I was like, well, then I don't want them.
No.
Then I just don't. They're garbage at this point. No, I'm kidding.
No.
So, so I came home. Was it Monday?
I don't remember.
Whatever. This week has been wild. And there was a ginormous box. I think it was UPS, or FedEx, but it was not USPS. In the kitchen.
Right.
And Pam said, go open it. So Mary sent me 3 cat FFOs that I cannot wait to A, have them fixed, and then B, hang them up on my cat wall.
Right.
So the first one, I'm pretty confident that this is a la-di-da.
Yeah, good guess.
This was framed at the Stitch Niche in Arlington, Texas, and it is called Angel Cat.
Isn't that great?
And so she said, you could rip my initials out. And I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Under no circumstances. So, I just need to have this fixed a little. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, which Barbara can help me take care of tomorrow.
Right.
But it's beautiful. And she was like, don't let it fool you. That is a giant cat. And I was like, she's like, this tail took forever. And I was like, I bet. I'm glad now I don't have to stitch it myself.
Right.
So I love this. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yep.
And then the next one is a Bent Creek. And I think it's called Cat in the Garden. Trying to fix the whiskers so they look right, but they need some help too, but that's okay. I think it's called Cat in the Garden, or Cat with Flowers or something, but it's a Bent Creek, and it was also framed at the Stitch Niche in Arlington, Texas.
She lived in Texas.
She did live in Texas. Look how sweet that is.
Yeah, it's adorable.
And the little beads. It's so sweet. And I have this chart in my stash, so that will go in a giveaway.
Yeah.
The chart will.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is for me. Sorry. But I'm going to make sure that I write on the back that this was stitched and gifted to me by Mary Darling.
Right.
So, and then the third one is a chart by The Good Housewife. I assume that this was also framed at the Stitch Niche, but it doesn't have a sticker on it. But this was an old Good Housewife chart, and this is called Old Friends.
Cute.
Isn't it sweet?
Yep.
And I have 2 cats. It's just perfect. Maybe, okay, so where their bowls, or the girls' bowls and water are in the kitchen, we have cat rolls by Lizzie Kate hanging up. Can I hang this one up underneath it?
Sure.
Like the little cubby. Oh my gosh. So cute. So cute. So thank you so much, Mary. I am honored to have your needlework up in our home.
Yes.
And
yes, absolutely.
it's awesome. So
Very cool.
yes, I would agree. Okay, you have that over there. Yep.
This?
Yep, that.
Okay.
Wendy.
We got a lovely note from our friend Wendy
Yes.
from the Heart Needle Art by Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
And she wrote in it that she watched us last week, and I mentioned that the chickadee was the main state bird.
Yeah.
And she didn't realize that. She had no reason to know that.
Right.
And so she said, here's a design that I did a while ago, I think.
I love it.
And it's called Chickadee Sampler.
I love it.
And it's just darling. Can you see that? It's just darling. I will definitely be stitching that.
Okay, so now, Wendy, you have a series of these, do you not?
I don't know.
I have to look into that.
Right.
Okay.
And she also sent us 2 others. One is called Because It's Spring, which is very, very sweet.
I love her alphabet, and I love that bird.
Because It's Spring from the Heart Needle Art. And also, this is precious. This is called Joy to the World.
So cute.
Makes
I love
up
that
into
font.
a cute, cute pillow.
Love it.
So,
This was
thank you.
2014.
Thank you very, very much. I love that chickadee sampler. I really do.
Yeah, this is super, super cute.
Right. That goes in my pile for sure.
Okay, Pam.
And a cute little note with the house
It is
on
very,
it
very
from
sweet.
Dee Morgan, which Dee Morgan, a lot of her artwork was made into cross stitch.
Oh, what's that? Well, it's
Yeah,
not lovely.
with little verses on the bottom.
All right, well, isn't that just lovely?
Okay, so where does that take us?
That
Oh, I know where it takes us.
it takes us to haul.
It does? Okay.
So why don't you talk about yours, then I'll
right.
talk about mine,
Okay.
then we'll do Coming to America.
So, couple of things. One
Hold,
is...
please, while she reorganizes the pile that I've made. Every time.
I discovered a new designer on Instagram, and these are just precious. The name of the design company is ThePrimitieHare.
Can I ask a question?
What?
Did you purchase that from Instagram or from Etsy?
No, I went to their Etsy shop.
Okay.
But I discovered it initially
Right. Okay.
on Instagram. Couple of nice guys who are starting out designing, and
Cool.
they are in Canada.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm looking to see. It doesn't say on this printout where they are
Where
in
in
Canada.
Canada?
But thanks for supporting Canadian businesses.
Yeah.
Small Canadian businesses. More than happy
Yes.
to. They've done a landscape series. And by that I mean they've been doing sort of outside scenes from every province.
Oh,
And-
that's neat.
And you know me. I'm all about New Brunswick and Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
And this is the one they came up with for New Brunswick.
Pretty.
And those are the famous Hopewell Rocks.
Oh, okay.
And I have stood right there at low tide.
Bam.
And I think these are just precious.
Now, what's the stitch count on that? Is that like an ornament size, or is it like a...
the stitch count is...
57 by 57. Okay.
57 by 57.
So like just a little bit bigger than an ornament. Cool.
DMC.
Cool.
And I think one of the fellows is named Max. I hope I have that right.
Okay.
And they are just starting out, and this was a very reasonable PDF printout,
awesome.
download. That's very true,
cool.
color-wise.
Love it.
So, if you are interested in supporting small Canadian businesses,
check them out. I'll
Check
link
them
them
out.
below.
link them below.
Cool.
Another pattern that I bought was from ThePrimitiveHare. And, of course, you know, she's in Italy.
Yes.
So, when I saw this, I said, yep, add to cart. It's called the Betsy Ross flag. And it looks like this. And
It's pretty cool.
the pattern itself was a PDF download.
Yes.
But no, I couldn't stop there.
Obviously not.
I had to get her We the People fabric, which is a 32 count linen. And she calls it the Constitution, but I call it We the People. Of course, We the People.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Interesting.
so I haven't actually, and I really don't want to yet, because I don't know when I'm going to start it. But I don't want to untie the fabric. But clearly it has the Constitution on it.
Yes.
And the other thing that sort of goes with is a needle keep. Is that what you call these?
Thread keep.
Thread keep.
Because you don't keep needles on it, keep thread
So
on
it's
it.
got 5 holes, and it's rectangular. It's bigger than a
Is this 30 or 32 count?
30.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, 30.
Awesome.
I think she generally charts for 30 count.
I think that is correct, yes.
Because that's what Halloween Countdown is.
Spooky
also
Countdown?
30. Spooky Countdown
yeah.
was 30.
That's beautiful.
But this was nice. So, Italy, right? So I've got this pattern. I've had this pattern for a month.
Yeah, this is the PDF download, yeah.
And it took a while. It took a while to come from Italy. The cloth and the thread keep.
Yes.
But now
it came, and now it's all here.
Came in good condition. And
we are all good.
we know that it's difficult dealing with international shippers.
Ugh.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
We hope everybody survives this supply chain situation, right?
Yes.
And then, last but not least,
So I will link the Primitive Hair Etsy shop below.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's where you got it. Okay.
And then last but not least, we have a good friend that lives more or less local to us, Tony, who lives in Northern Kentucky.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Tony. And her sister, Beth,
Yes.
lives up near the craft gallery. So,
Yes.
Paula mentioned somewhere that Beth had made a bunch of patriotic project bags. She does that for the craft gallery as similar to Jan doing it for Keepsakes.
Yeah, for sure.
So I messaged Paula and I said, set one of those aside for me. I love it. And Beth's bags are beautiful.
They are.
And so this is the patriotic bag that I got at Craft Gallery yesterday.
It's really pretty.
It's got the nice vinyl front and the checkered on the inside. It's got a nice handle.
Yeah, we love a good handle.
And then this is all quilted on the back.
So nice.
It's got a good stiffness to it.
Yep.
There's a little USA
America
charm on. Oh gosh.
I know it's hard to show. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
There you go.
Woo, that was hard.
And look at how she did the piping around the edges.
The binding.
The binding, I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's on the slant.
I know.
Isn't that cool?
It's pretty impressive.
So, I picked that up yesterday.
Yeah.
And I just love it. Love getting, I think this is my second bag from Beth.
Yes, I think so. Alrighty. Well, When Pam and I were searching through her under the bed box a couple weeks ago to find something for her to take, there was one of 3 in a series of charts that I had stitched that I love. And the only thing that's stopping me from getting it FFO'd is the fact that I really wanted to stitch the other 2. And I had not acquired the other 2 quite yet. So now I have acquired the other 2. So, this, I don't know if this series...
I thought you already had those.
Nope.
Okay.
So, these are from, I don't know if there's like a series, like, if there's a name for the series, but, anyway, so I've stitched the one, it's in the unbed box, and then this is the second, and they're from Little House Needleworks, and this one's called Land of the Free. These were released back in 2015. This is a digital rendering of the cover. And then it comes with the threads. So, or most of the call for all the classic Colorworks threads. And so there's like a try. There's 3 of them. So, I stitched the first one on 28 count mushroom Lugana, so I'll probably do these so they all match. And then the third one is Home of the Brave. And this one is like my second favorite after the one.
We talked about how you're going to change the year up in the corner.
Yeah. To whatever year it is that I finish it. So, no problem. So I will get... So these have to be ordered like direct from Classic Colorworks because...
Okay.
Gotta throw it back together. All right. I mean, I got them through Keepsakes. That didn't make sense. I mean, I got them through Keepsakes, but usually I order them from somebody else. But because you get the thread with them, they come direct. All right. So my shipment from Stitch Me came, and Stitch Me hand-dyed fabrics, and I of course participated in a Friday Night Fight Night, and these fabrics were from last Fridays. So, not 2 days ago, but a week and 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I want to say that Brandy's amazing. Anyone that participates in anything that she does knows that she is, like, incredible.
She's on top of things.
I mean, it's just bananas.
Right.
And so after she, like, posts all these pictures of fabric, then she has a giveaway album. And so to be eligible, you have to have made a purchase throughout the week.
Right.
Okay, fine. And then you just say me please, and then she picks a winner.
Right.
And I want a giveaway. And so I am now the proud owner of Plum Street's My Peaceful Home. And obviously it's finished into a drum. I like it actually more like that. And so that is probably how I will finish it. Because I like it like that. I love the big pink house. It's cute. And yeah. So I'm super excited about this chart.
That's a nice gift.
It is. So let's talk about the fabrics I got.
Yeah.
So I am using the Stitch Me Friday Night Fight Nights to round out, upgrade, whatever, my 40 count stash. This should not be a surprise to anyone. So the first one I got, and a lot of these don't have names, unfortunately, because they're just like for the Friday Night Fight Nights. But this is a 40 count linen, and this is what it looks like.
Isn't that pretty?
I love it so much. So much. Like, yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
It's
beautiful.
Beautiful. And I don't have any purples in my stash.
No.
Except now I do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then this was one of her colors, and it is called Awakening. So this one does have a name. And in also 40 count linen. You guys. This is awesome.
Whoa.
Isn't that so cool?
Yeah.
So it's a fat quarter. So, like, it's so cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do I have any idea what I'm going to put on it? Absolutely not. Do I care? Absolutely not.
Right.
And then, I blame Kia for this, because she's been talking about doing this, and she was like, it's great, like, I love it, like, you'll have no problem, like, it'll be fine. And I was like, whatever, fine. So I got myself a piece of 46 count.
Oh boy.
And just like looking at, I mean, I don't use any magnification at all on 40 count, and just looking at 46 count, it looks fine. Like, I can't,
Good.
I probably won't have a problem. So, this is a little bit of a lighter purple vibe.
50?
46.
46, okay.
I mean, there are people out there doing like 56.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm cool. Like, this will be fine. But it's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful color. So, thank you to Brandy. If you are not in the Bestitch Me Facebook group and partake in Friday Night Fight Night, I highly encourage you to do it. It's amazing. Brandy's fabrics are fantastic, and she is just always on top of her stuff.
Absolutely.
So, and then a couple weeks ago, maybe, I got a text message from the awesome Sherry, who is the owner of the Stitchery Nook in Osage, Iowa. And she had let me know that they had just gotten a shipment in of 40 count color and cotton fabrics. And that the last time we spoke, I had been looking for them, and they didn't have like enough to give me a fat quarter of any of them, which is fine. I get it. And so that was like above and beyond the fact that she like let me know is really, really kind and very sweet. And so the least I could do was like, you know, buy some.
Right.
So thank you for your sweet note, Sherry. I loved it. So I got 2 fat quarters, both of color and cotton fabric. The first is of white tea. So you can see it's very extremely subtle modeling. It's beautiful.
Yeah, back up with it a little. There you go. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's lovely. I promise there's modeling, but it's like really nice and like subtle. And and then this is a 40 count light brown sugar, and I love this color.
Oh, I love this. Yeah. That's gorgeous.
It's not quite, it's casting green on the screen, but I promise it's brown.
Oh, it's really green there. I don't know. Oh, maybe there.
It still looks green to me. But I promise it's brown.
Oh, it's a very
I mean, there's like a little bit of green hint, but like not
brown.
Not really yet. And it's beautiful, and it's tagged nicely. So thank you so much to Stitchery Nook and to Sherry, and I will put their information below, so you can give them a call and order yourself some color and cotton fabric if you're interested.
Right.
Okay, so let's pause real quick, just so I have a new segment that I can transition. So at this particular juncture, we are going to show Coming to America. So this is your warning.
Right.
I'm sorry that like I don't know. I mean, it would be far too hard for me to put a timestamp. But just fast forward like 15 minutes, because that will probably be enough.
Right.
To
if you don't want to see.
If you don't want to see it.
Right.
But we want to share them with you all. For those of you who didn't order one, and I want to say preemptively that this was a one-time release. So it was pre-order for most shops. Like I said at the beginning of the show, there might be extras floating around at other shops. Just start your phone calls now. If you have not reached out to a shop yet and you want to get it and you didn't pre-order it, you need to wake up first thing Monday morning and you need to stop this video and start making phone calls. Because they will sell. I mean, as more people receive them, more people show them on social media, and then the hype grows and hype grows and hype grows.
Right.
So, Pam and I both are going to stitch this.
Right.
So this is the first time in, yours is the one with the post on the front. So this is the first time I think ever on Just Keep Stitching that we have ever decided that we're going to stitch the same thing. And so because
we each got something from Brenda at Midwest last year.
We did.
So there's a possibility we both stitched that, but
right. But this is the first time so far that we've planned on it.
Correct.
So So yeah, so we both have, obviously, since I'm her daughter, we both have Mayflower descendants and all that kind of stuff. And
Not
so,
descendants.
No,
We're the
we're the
descendants.
descendants. They're the ancestors.
Yeah.
I know I keep saying it wrong. I'm very
No,
sorry,
you've just
Pam.
done it twice. It's no big
I'm
deal.
very sorry. She's genealogy shaming me. Anyway, so Here it comes now.
Yeah.
Mine is on 40 count. Pam's is going to be on 32 count.
Right.
So it should be fun. This is a planned start for October.
Right.
We're not going to be able to start in September because of our Whip It Good thing, which is fine.
Right.
But we're going to start in October.
Right.
So this is what the outside of the box looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to America, one of the Mayflower. These boxes came flat to Keepsakes, and then Barbara and I put all of the boxes together, and then we filled them with the chart pack, and if you got fabric or threads, then we filled it in with that. So there's like this map fabric on the back side. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. And then they pop open. Okay.
And this is how Keepsakes packaged up the pre-orders.
Yes.
Other LNSs did maybe
other stuff.
A variation on this.
So I will say that there were rules. I mean, rules sounds dramatic. More or less like requests on behalf of Brenda, which makes sense. I mean, this is a huge deal. And so she had asked that shops not put any extras in their packages, and so we were respectful of that rule, and then so that we just went by what she asked, which is totally cool. So I will say though that every person who ordered from Keepsakes got a letter. Mm-hmm. And even the last minute people got a letter. And even I got a letter because I was like, I paid my own money. I want to get a letter too.
I got a letter too.
and
Stephanie wrote the letter.
And I wrote the letter. So if you get the package from Keepsakes, you know that I wrote it. And then it is on this cool paper. Mm-hmm. And then I won't read the entire thing because that's annoying. Also, it's just a message for the people who purchased the kit or purchased the box or whatever. And then everyone's letter is personalized to the items that you got. So, like, I picked my own fabric, but I got the thread pack and the chart from Keepsakes. So, Pam got the chart, 32 count, and the thread pack. So, hers list.
So, my letter says that.
Right. And mine says what I got. So,
right.
Very cool. Just toot my own horn over here. Okay. So, you want to show your fabric?
Okay.
So the called for fabric, because the stitch count for the sampler is 125 by 422. So she is a big girl. And so when we were given as shops all the information about like called for threads and that kind of stuff, she was able to tell us, you know, the number of skeins we need if we were doing it on 40, 36, or 32. Below 32, she was like, it's just going to be huge.
Right.
Like, she suggested that we encourage people to go to 32. And so a lot of people got 40, a lot of people got 36, and then we had a few people that got 32, like Pam, because that's her happy place.
Right.
So she has the 32 count in the called for fabric.
And we want to make sure that everybody who got theirs or is getting theirs from Keepsakes realizes that Susan at the shop surged every single piece of fabric that went into these boxes.
Yeah.
I mean,
cool.
This Keepsakes crew went above and beyond.
Well, thank you, Pam. I appreciate that.
And so I got 32. So this is my fabric, as you can see.
Which is 32 count vintage country mocha from Mrs. Weigart's.
Right. The striations go horizontal, which I think is very cool.
Yep. Which is how it was on the model.
And so I'm thrilled with it.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I myself,
And
the reason...
I got a letter too.
She did. The reason that... Oh, yeah, and then did we show you that every letter had a little gold star seal?
Yeah.
So, I decided to not do 40 count vintage country mocha for a couple of reasons. One is that we wanted to make sure that whatever vintage country mocha 40 count we had in the building went to the customers that were not employees. So supply chains had us biting our nails until the end. But once we realized that the amount of 40 count vintage country mocha was all we were going to have, there was enough for me, but I was like, let's just put it with one of the extras. I got plenty of 40 count at home. So I am going to be stitching mine on 40 count exemplar from Lakeside Linens. So it's not quite as modeled, obviously. It is a hand-dyed fabric, but it's a little bit different look, but along the same color family line.
I think it'll be perfect.
Cool. And then the thread pack. So Pam's thread pack is enough threads to stitch hers on 32 count. Mine is enough threads to stitch mine on 40 count. And this is the bundle of threads. It includes Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Arts, Classic Colorworks, and DMC. Everything is all included.
Tied up
with a little bow.
With a little piece of ribbon.
Yes.
Which is lovely.
Thank you so much. Okay, so now let's get into what was in the chart pack. So obviously, first and foremost, most importantly, Coming to America with Women of the Mayflower. It is a beautiful chart. I have opened it up and looked at it. Her charts are awesome anyway. If you've never stitched with a needle and thread chart before, then just know that this is standard. The quality, the instructions, like all that kind of stuff, that's how her charts are done. If they're charts that come in the plastic bag like this, right. She has a different style, which I'll show you in a second, which is equally great. And then it lists everything out. And then this is really cool, I thought, on the back. It says, "We are living in the tomorrow for which they wrought," which I thought was very, very, very cool. Mm-hmm. So now you can see what the whole chart looks like. So the Mayflower obviously up at the very top. And then in the middle, I'm just super pumped about these pigs. I love the pigs. And then these are names of 18 women of the Mayflower. And then it says, "We are living in the tomorrow for which they wrought," down at the bottom here. 2020. And then look at her. Yep. Very cool. Mm-hmm. Very, very cool. And then also included in every chart pack, so the items from here on out were included in the chart pack that came from Brenda, the designer. So everyone got a thread ring, which was very nice. They're my favorite. I love thread rings. And then everyone got a Pilgrim needle minder. Will you show yours? Because yours was the man. Oh, yours is in your chart pack still.
Yeah.
So you can see it in the front.
Oh, I got the little man.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah. So, very, very cute. And I love, like, the paper that it's on. Looks like linen. Mm-hmm. It's cool. So, there's that. And then, we did not know, so, there were things that we were told that we were going to get. And one was a project sticker to be put on the back of the project when it was completed. And this is what those look like.
Isn't that sweet?
Look, it's Pam and me. And so it says, "Wrought by, date completed, 2020 with a nail drip." So, super cute. Love that. And then we did not know that we were going to get these. And these are super amazing little corner gauges. Mm-hmm. And I assume that this hole is to go for the thread ring. Mm-hmm. And so you can go in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep. There you go. Pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And this artwork is awesome. Mm-hmm. Okay, can you put that back in there for me, please? Thank you. Okay. And then there was a bonus chart, which I will show you in a moment. But with the bonus chart, we were also told that there was going to be a special piece of fabric to use as the finishing of the back of the pillow. And that fabric was going to be actual pages of William Bradford's journal, who was a passenger on the Mayflower, right? I'm saying this right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so the pages from his journal were turned...
He was the leader.
Right. That's what... Okay, I thought. Okay. So the pages of his journal were turned into fabric, which is really freaking cool. So we got this awesome little booklet that says, "Though I bequeath you no estate, I leave you in the enjoyment of liberty." So that's obviously a drawing of William Bradford. And there's like all this information inside here about the fabric.
Right.
And then that is what the fabric looks like. So you can obviously tell that it's handwriting, which is super freaking cool.
Right.
I think. So that is supposed to be used as the backing fabric for the bonus chart.
Right.
And this is the bonus chart, which is called Celebrate Harvest.
Right.
So, yeah, freaking cute. Obsessed with it. It's adorable. Look at these dang turkeys.
Yeah.
Because the first Thanksgiving was in 1621. So a year after Mayflower. And, I've seen some people I saw somebody who started and finished this already.
Yeah.
And because they're waiting until the official SAL start date. So, there is a stitch along that is hosted by Brenda, of With a Needle and Thread. And that is supposed to start on the 6th of September, as the marking of the first, or the day that the Mayflower sailed. And then ideally you stitch on it exclusively for 66 days, which represents the 66 days of sailing that the Mayflower did to get to Cape Cod. And then you'll have it done by the time the boat would have arrived to Europe.
Brenda did a tremendous amount of research on this.
Yeah, and you can tell.
And you can tell. Everything is done right up to snuff.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So thank you to Brenda, especially, and we hope that you guys enjoyed looking through the box. So that is haul. And then, so as you guys know, if you watched last week, we didn't have a giveaway.
Right.
This week we have a giveaway.
Right.
So, we have a customer at Keepsakes, and her name is Liz. Hi, Liz. And she came into Keepsakes a couple weeks ago. And she said that she had ordered a box from us, which I knew, and that she had also ordered a box from somewhere else. And I was like, "Are you canceling your... I've already ordered you a box." And this was long past the date that we ordered them, right? And she said, "Oh, no. However, I want you and your mom to have the box I ordered from Keepsakes." And I was like, "No, Pam and I we pre-ordered ours from here. Like we're good. We got Coming to America." And she was like, "No, I want you to give it to your subscribers." And I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" And so Liz has donated a Coming to America box. It's just the chart pack. There's not fabric or threads in here. It's just because that's what Liz ordered from us. So it's just the charts. I will open it for you and prove that it's in here. So, chart pack, all the goodies, everything is in here. So, like every other giveaway that we have done on this channel, we want this box, and especially this, to go to someone who is going to stitch it, who's going to love it, who's going to give it the respect it deserves. I'm not saying that, what was the thing that you said earlier? Don't put a rule out that you can't enforce.
Right. That's just something that, I've always remembered is, we can have a rule, but it holds no water
if we can't enforce it.
If there's no way we can enforce said rule.
Right.
But we would like to do this giveaway in the spirit of community.
Yeah.
And in the spirit of
History.
the occasion and history and appreciation of history and the history of needlework.
Yeah.
And in that realm, we would hope that the winner of this giveaway does not, shall we say, flip it.
Yes.
Meaning, turn it around and sell it for profit on
Somewhere. Anywhere.
a site.
Yes. So,
but we can't enforce that. We
Right.
realize we can't enforce that.
right.
But I think the whole community has been made aware of this since people have started receiving it and posting it on social media. And for some, maybe they are just now learning about it and wish they had pre-ordered it. It would be our biggest wish.
Honor and privilege.
If the winner of this giveaway was one of those people that somehow missed out and really, really wanted it for themselves.
Right. Yes.
So that's what we're going to say.
Yeah.
We know we can't control
What happens with
the
it?
general giveaway rules apply in terms
You must
of
be 18. You must be a resident of. Unfortunately, at this particular juncture, we are going to ask that you are domestic, like live in the States, because shipping cost is insane overseas, and
this is American history after all.
well, I mean, yeah, but there's people in Australia who are going to stitch it too.
Well,
but
I know, but
yeah. Anyway, so
I'm going to put my foot in my mouth, whatever I say. I realize,
but
I hope you understand where we're coming from.
Yeah. We were just totally blindsided when Liz told us that she was going to give this to us to give to you all.
Right.
And she was like, you have 10,000 people that subscribe to your channel. Someone out there is going to want this. And I was like, oh, yeah, I think like a lot of people will.
I think for sure.
Yes.
But we hope that it's not, that someone does not have an ulterior motive in obtaining this kit.
Right. So, if you would like to enter to win Coming to America, you need to answer the question.
Oh, we haven't thought of the question yet?
Nope.
Oh, great. Well, I don't know what to say.
Okay, we had to pause it so we could think of a question because we didn't want you guys to have to sit here and stare at our ugly mugs for that too long.
Right.
Okay, so the question is going to be, why do you want to stitch Women of the Mayflower? And so the words, I needed I need a keyword that I can search for. You guys know how we do giveaways here. And that word is going to be Mayflower. So, it doesn't have to be some long drawn out, you don't need to have Mayflower ancestors. You don't need to have there's no requirements. We just want this to go to a stitcher who's going to want it. That's all. And so maybe you like American history.
It towards somebody who really, really wants it.
Yeah. So,
themselves.
we're confident. I mean, we've never been burned before by a giveaway.
No.
So I'm confident that our subscribers are pretty dang amazing.
Yes, they are.
So I don't think that they're going to be weasels.
We're gonna be optimistic.
Yeah, for sure.
That this is going to go well.
It is.
And in the spirit of which it is intended.
Yes. Good luck to you.
So good luck. And
can't wait to pick a winner next week.
And we will pick a winner next week.
We sure will. All right. So our plans for this week are to slow down maybe a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
I worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah. And of course, I went to my friends on Friday and I knew I had to get up early to go to Findlay on Saturday.
Did you go to bed early on Friday night?
She says to me, Friday night, she says to me, "You've had a big day today."
That is not how I said it.
It is 2.
It is not.
And then she says, and you've got a big day tomorrow.
And Pam looks at me and goes, I'm not an invalid.
And I looked at her and I went, excuse me? I got up at 5:30 every morning to go to work when I worked. But I will tell you, in her defense, I will tell you that I was pretty darn tuckered out when I got back from Findlay last night.
Thank you very much.
When you do not go out
for 5 or 6 months.
For 5 or 6 months, and you're in the car 2 hours on one day and 4 hours the next. The recliner looked pretty darn good.
I bet
let me
did.
tell you.
I bet it did.
So, we hope that we're going to kind of get back into a little bit of a routine.
Cool.
This coming week, we're heading into, do you believe it? We are
September.
heading into September.
Very exciting times.
It really doesn't seem possible, but then when you think about it,
It does.
It kind of does.
Yep.
So,
I'm just
anyway,
excited for fall. Let's be clear.
Head on over to Twin Peak.
Yeah.
Pick up the Legend of Fall. Get in the spirit of things.
Yes.
And the changing of the seasons. We will be switching out our wall
After Labor Day.
After Labor Day, you know, things happen that way around here. So, we hope you have a good week.
Yeah.
And we will see you here in another week.
Yes, we will.
Another thing about the giveaway I want to say before we say goodbye is if this giveaway goes from video to video, and there have been a couple of weeks when people have watched us after a week has passed. Mm-hmm. They've
and what? Then they've commented on it.
And
after
they've commented on it as if the giveaway was still open.
Yeah, but we can't do nothing about that.
But just know, as a general rule, our giveaways only last a week.
Oh yeah,
including this one.
Yeah.
So if you want to enter, you need to do it between now and next Sunday in 7 days.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Just wanted to put that out there.
Yep.
All right. So enter away, people.
Yes.
And we will see you next week.
Yes, we will.
I'm Pam.
And I'm Stephanie.
And this is
Just Keep Stitching. Bye.